Right, Shalom.
Shalom.
I'm going to start off souls by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Right, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone.
Double honors.
And honors you brothers in the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. It was a couple brothers from a London camp.
Brother Napash.
With Ratazar. Let's go into something real quick. Basically, see where the spirit leads, but the starting point of it was basically on the way to meet the brother, man. I got on the tube, got on the train, right? Saw what at first I kind of thought, was observing what was, but it was basically 4 young Jakes, right? Must have been, no older than 16. They were still in their school uniforms, right? But 2 of them were just 2 straight up fish, man. 2 straight up fish Jakes, and like I said, still in the school uniform. And then there was even a bit when I was basically trying to figure out whether the 2 boys, whether their voices were actually a higher pitch than the 2 women that they were with, the 2 young women that they were with, right? And hey, it was a close contest, man. I think it might just have been, right? But it was just, I kind of wanted to go into just how much Esau has actively tried to attack Jake, to push this sodomy spirit on Jake heavy, man. Right, not only that, it's just how degenerate this whole place is, man. Right, scriptures talk about, for instance, you have a child, but it was going into you build something for your child, and then for your family, but then you don't know what your child is going to do with that legacy. Right, in this world, you have a child, you don't know what the hell is going to happen with them.
You mean like in Ecclesiastes, Solomon?
Yes.
I was reading that recently.
Oh, spirit.
Yeah, I was reading that recently. Yeah, basically, you've done all this because King Solomon was going to everything he built up. I did this, I tried that, I didn't take this away from my heart.
Yep.
I went into that. I built me temples, I had me servants. But then he was basically saying what kind of manner of man is going to come after me? And, it could be a fool.
Yeah.
Then all that wisdom, all that thing that I built up.
It means nothing.
Was it for kind of thing,
Yeah.
Which that shows you, just a side point, but that shows you that, Yahweh Shai came, one greater than Solomon is here, and Yahweh Shai, that, set the example of what we're going to, because when the Lord comes now, he's going to get his glory. We're going to live forever.
That's it.
In pure wisdom and we're going to have really enjoyment forever,
True happiness.
Because Solomon's kingdom was like a prelude, practice, like a foreshadowing of the kingdom, of what it, on this side,
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, we'll get into it, see where the spirit leads. Before this, actually, could you hold train up a child in the way which you should go?
Yeah.
Real quick, just while it's on my mind.
Yeah.
Because once again, Esau's making an active effort at trying to, get these children young. That's why, you're hearing the whole, don't say gay laws in the US or whatever, what have you, right? You got that,
Yeah, this is Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
That's it. So once again, that's why they're pushing heavy that spirit on children, man. Right? Why? Because when it's called your formative years, right? You're being formed, your mind is being molded. And I think back to when for instance, I don't know whether you had it when you were in school, right? But when I was in school, there was, a particular girl. She liked doing all the sporty activities. They would call her you call her a tomboy, right? However, if that was today, oh, you like kicking footballs? You must be a man. You must really think that you're a boy inside, right? That's the spirit that they would push in today's age, right? Why? Because Esau's all about getting them young, man. That's why he's trying to push puberty blockers on them. Here it is. They apparently can't consent to having, sex, because they're not formed well enough, but they can consent to having their rod chopped off. That makes no damn sense. Okay?
This is Romans chapter 1. Verse 26. I'm starting from 24.
There you go.
I'll start from verse 24. It says, wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lusts of their own hearts.
Yep, because if I can say from that, it's the Most High that's put that vile spirit on these individuals, man. Right? Why? Because ultimately the Lord has a controversy with this place in that he wants to destroy this place. Right?
To dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
Yeah, because it's from one of my managers, man. He lives that alternative lifestyle, right? And then every now and then, he'll walk past me, and I just imagine. I was like, yo, that's the shit that you do, man, right? The way that we look at women, you know, you see a chick, you be like, yo, she's nice, she's built this way, she's built that way. These alternative lifestyle individuals look at men in the same way. And they're like, that's nasty, man. There is a vile, reprehensible spirit that the Lord has put on these people, man. Right? So much so that there's a place on earth that was destroyed because of acts like that, man. And once again, and it references Sodom and Gomorrah, which we can get that later on, right? An example, right? So this is what's gonna happen to this place.
Yep. Bear with me.
That's right. Yeah, man. I saw them Jakes, man. Some two. I was like, man, this is because you don't even want to look at them. You hear them? You don't even want to look at them. You know, a motherfucker had hair longer than the bitches you were with. You know, excuse my French, Salaki. But
there's a spirit on them as well. Like,
yeah.
You know, it is. They got that the alternative lifestyle demon on them. Let me say it that way. You know.
Yeah.
Because you know, it's a demonic thing. I remember one guy told me one of the believers who watches the videos, you know, he told me that there was a guy he knew. I don't know if it's like a family, you know, I can't remember the details. But what I remember is that someone that he actually knows of, and the guy was an alternative lifestyle geezer, and basically, apparently when he was younger, he had a dream or something of like basically this demonic like bull-looking demon come and basically touch these rod.
Wow.
And then after that, he just started to like have those kind of like you know, those homosexual tendencies or whatever. You know, I remember him saying that to me, and it's like so it shows you that this is all spirits.
It's all spirits. Spirits. That's why they all sound the same. These alternative lives, they all have that same that whiny, and they act the same because it's that same demon on them.
This is verse.
It was 25 now.
25. 25. Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. And another thing is, a lot of this stuff goes back to you know, heathenistic customs. It goes back to worship of other gods, you know, orgies and sexual practices and sexual magic, they call it, and things like that. It all goes back to, you know, in Egypt they had a lot of that. You know,
in fact, it's funny that you've mentioned, because just what we said before off camera about how there's the left way of doing things and there's a right, and the left hand side way of doing things and the right hand way of doing things. Because sex, you know, isn't inherently evil, right? As long as you're not putting it in no fucking booty hole, right? But these people have taken that and you know, have created witchcraft of those same things.
Well, wasn't there a guy in the scriptures who was basically popping a heathen woman in the name of a god or something, and then he got put to death?
Put to death,
Right, this is verse 26. For this cause, Yahweh Shemiel Shai gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women.
So once again, just to double down on that point about it's the Most High that's put these people in that spirit, man. Right, it's the Most High that was based like, look, man, hey, I'm gonna make you do something, you know, this vile and reprehensible, and those that don't repent, they just gonna get destroyed, man, and that's it.
For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Yeah, because a woman's supposed to get popped and bring forth children. Now, although this is talking about homosexuality, like I commonly think about how in this world you have women that don't even want to have children, man. They don't even want to have children. They don't, you know, they don't want to, you know, fulfill the use of their own body. That was, you know, what they were designed for. Right, and then you got the ones that will just straight, which a lot of these chicks will kiss other women, right? They'll what do you call it? What's a PG way of saying it? You get what we're saying, man. You know, they'll go down on each other. That's a PG way of saying it.
And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman,
to pop her, you know, to once again to bring forth children. That is the aim. So you know, what else is Esau pushed? Anal and all of that sort of stuff. You ain't supposed to be doing that, man.
burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet.
If you could look up that word unseemly, but Bukasha, I'm trying to. Yeah, it says getting the recompense of their error, which was basically getting the recompense, which is the judgment, right? All of sin and come short of the, when it speaks about sin, everyone sins, right? And everyone has a judgment for their sins, right? But certain things is just,
It says unseemly, askemusune. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Unseemliness, an unseemly deed of a woman's genitals, of one's nakedness, shame. From G809, an indecency, by implication, the pudenda, shame, that which is unseemly. Let me see if there's any more in that word. Indecent, unseemly, deformed. Well, really, it's against the nature of what it's meant to be. If you're trying to put your rod, even when you're dealing with a woman, you're not meant to be a sodomite. You're not meant to put it into the wrong hole, in a sense, man. There's a reason why the Lord had it where she has a vagina with the womb, and
exactly.
It's a baby making, man.
Yeah,
the whole thing is designed that way. It lubricates everything.
Self-lubricates. The Lord made a perfect system in that, man. When you go into it, man, it's like the Lord, because it's not straight too far, but it's the biology of what the Lord does in that particular act, the very fact, like for instance, a woman's vagina is slightly acidic because it's open. So guess what? You're getting in the mood, right? That little bit of lubricant that comes off, the pre-cum they call it, that's slightly alkaline, and all of that. So the Lord designed the perfect system, whereas the rectum, that's designed as an out only.
Which shows you that it's sodomy. Which shows you that that's the error, that's the incorrection anyway. Even with a woman, you're not meant to do that. Okay? But you know what? To then go further and to do it with another man as well. This both off is both that you've already committed the error. That's not what it was meant to be. Same way that we don't smoke cigarettes because that filth isn't meant to be in your lungs. You're not meant to. There's oxygen, nitrogen. There's an atmosphere in the air. You take that in, you breathe it in. You know what I mean? Everything is designed to work in its balance and its perfection according to what the Lord has done. But what's Esau done? He's turned it all upside down, man.
Yeah, Isaiah 29:16.
Yeah.
You might as well get that.
This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 16. It says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Yes, and so that's something Esau's been actively doing. He's been taking things and just flipping them around, turning it upside down. Because once again, I can almost assure you, for what I said, it's confusion. Yeah. It's confusion. The two boys, the one I observed, his voice was higher pitched than the chicks that were there, man. Yeah. I'm just there like, yo, what is this? Here it is, his voice is supposed to have broken. Right, he should have been like, like masculine or whatever, what have you. But that's just a turning of things upside down, man. Right?
It says, for shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
Right, so that's effectively what Esau's pushing. Here it is, the Most High made Esau. Right, the Most High is the creator, Esau's the creature. Right, but then Esau's pushing this spirit of, basically, you didn't know what you was doing. This particular man, you made him a man. No, you don't know what you was doing. Actually, he wants to be a woman, so I'm gonna make him a woman, right? Which is why it goes into speaking about how Esau thinks of himself as the Most High, right?
Yep. This is, where was it now? Bear with me, sorry. Sample after. St. Peter's.
Yeah. Was that?
Second Peter's. Thought so. All right, 2 Peter's, chapter 2, verse I'll start from 5. It says, and spare not the old world, but saved Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly.
Mm-hmm.
And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow.
Could you read that again, bro? Real quick, sorry, from 5.
Verse 5, and spare not the old world, but saved Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly.
Right, so here is it saying, okay, example 1, there was a time when people were being hella wicked, so guess what? I flooded them, right? Saved only 8 people. And then the Lord gives another example.
Which is known as the first death.
Yep.
And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly.
Right, so then after that, the Most High was like, okay, cool, I destroyed, the world that Noah was in. First death, I did that. Okay, cool. But then guess what? After that, then you had this place, Sodom and Gomorrah, and the cities round about, right? They were, just committing, weirdo acts. So guess what? I destroyed that place too. Right, basically showing you when, when sin happens, there's a recompense, right? And because of the, the gross wickedness that is happening in this world, guess what? There's going to be a recompense for here too. Why? Because the scripture says, as an example to those that after should live ungodly. But guess what? Esau in his pride has basically read because scripture says in Psalm 64, right, that Esau goes out, performs a diligent search. He goes into this, he goes into that, right? So he knows that Sodom and Gomorrah happened. But guess what? In his pride, he then pushes the same things of Sodom and Gomorrah, but worse.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Wisdom of Solomon.
I think there's still some more Romans 1 after.
Oh, Romans 1. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go back to that. Back in Romans 1, Romans 1 and verse 27. And verse 28, Salakia. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Lord gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient.
That's it. And, a man being with a man, a woman with being with a woman, that's inconvenient, man. Yeah. And Esau's gone one further, and he's then saying, now a woman is a man and a man is a woman. And you've got to accept that. Right? And the law goes into certain things, but about even, I believe the Apostle constantly say, in the law, a man's not even supposed to wear what a woman wears, man. Right? The law goes into that. I don't know if you're looking something up.
Let me get that as well, the law.
Just the law on him that is his privy member cut off. Just type in PRIVY member cut off. I believe it's Deuteronomy 22:5.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 23.
23, yeah.
23 verse 1. It says, he that is wounded in the stones or have his privy member cut off shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord.
Yeah, that's it, man. But that's what Esau's pushing, man. This whole thing about having rods chopped off. And I think it's in 22 where it goes into a man wearing a woman's clothing, right? But that's what we're doing in this world, man. That's saying that's what these people are doing in this world, man. Right here it is. There's one way that a man should be, is another way that a woman should be. But guess what Esau's done? He's confusing the two. In fact, can we look up that word confuse when you get what you get after you get what you get?
Where in confused where?
It isn't just the word confuse in a dictionary or the etymology.
Quick one.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 22 verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord. And I just had another quick one, if I may. This is, I ain't brought this Goldie out in a while. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13.
That's it.
We had to bring this out a lot at Oxford Circus.
Yeah.
Because that's the central of that place.
Yeah.
If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death, their blood shall be upon them. And
rightfully so, man. Right? Because once again, this is the thing in the law, there's a way that one should behave. And it's not like before. It's not like people don't have warnings. You've had the apostles on down, right? for however long. All of these young Jakes, that's in fact, now I'm thinking of all of these young Jakes, right, that are out there pushing, that live that alternative lifestyle. They've grown up in the world when the apostles were pushing this truth, man. Right? Yeah. These, like I said, these young Jakes that I saw under still 16 or, I said under 16. So what's 2022? So they would have been born 2000 and what? 2000 and what? They're 60, 2006. So just the year before the apostles went on a YouTube. So that means all their life they've had access to this, all their, a life to, when they, what's that word? When you're able to comprehend, right? But basically all their life, the apostles have been there on the YouTube to, for them to get the reproof and to get the correction. So they have no excuse, right?
Well, it's the internet age. You've probably seen it.
Exactly.
You've probably come across some form of Israelite.
Well, they would have been at Pride. And we was all because I was a horrible day, man. Remember we were at Oxford Circus, every man. Year. Before there's that, okay, man. Okay, then we start. Then you remember the time I had that Edomite chick. Why'd you gotta do it today of all days? It's like we hear all the time.
Well, we're an eyesore to these people.
Exactly, man. In fact, you said you had something, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33. For Yahweh Shmi Shai is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. Now I went into that word confusion, anactasia, akatastasia, instability, a state of disorder, disturbance, confusion.
Oh, it says state of disorder. Lord, let all things be done decently. Lord's about order. Lord's about balance, right? What does Esau push? The opposite. He pushes disorder. It pushes people to be unbalanced. Yeah. Okay. After definition. And could you also hold was Isaiah 5:20? Call evil good and good evil.
Yep, this is, you want to get the definition first?
Yeah, but sure.
Okay. So this is Google Dictionary, definitions from the Oxford Languages. It says, definition of confusion: uncertainty about what is happening, intended or required. The state of being bewildered or unclear in one's mind about something. Oh, that's what Esau pushes. Where for instance, what's the major thing at the moment? People are having to go into therapy. Oh, I don't know this, I don't know that, because mental health. I've got mental health issues, this, that. Which, don't get me wrong, Esau has created a society wherein people have mental health, right? Because he's telling women that they shouldn't be women without saying it in so many words, right? But then also, could you look up the etymology of that as well? Yep. So the etymology. Confusion, overthrow, ruin. From Old French confusion, disorder, confusion, shame. A mingling, mixing, blending. Confusion, disorder.
Yeah. So Esau's mingling, so many different philosophies into this world. Whether, like you said, these acts are heathenistic acts. Right. What's one of the things that Esau does? He's basically gone and taken bits of pieces from different parts of history and just molded it into this cesspit that we live in.
It says act of mingling together two or more things or notions properly separate is from the mid 14th century sense of putting to shame, perturbation of the mind, a sort of mental overthrow, mental perplexity.
Mental overthrow,
perturbation. I'm gonna look at that word
because that's what a mental overthrow. Wow, because that's like what Esau does. It's a fight for your mind. For Apostle Biles goes into the government, to govern the mind, right, to control of the mind. But that's what Esau does. When he's telling you, for example, right, this is a woman, but you yourself can see it's a man. That is a mental overthrow. When he's telling you, oh, do you feel certain things? And you're just there like, yeah, you may not even mean it that way. Oh, this means X, Y, and Z. You really have, gender dysphoria. What the fuck do you mean gender dysphoria?
Yeah. You do that. I just went into that word perturbation. And it says mental disturbance. State of being perturbed. Disturbance, confusion, disorder, disturbance. You know? And that's what it is. It is a mental disturbance, man. Really, like we were going into, it goes back to the demons.
Yeah.
That's what it goes back. These people have got demons on them.
That's it.
You know? It's a spirit.
That's it.
It's actually a spirit
Yeah.
that is put on these people,
Yeah.
man. Because,
Sorry, because once again, it's like, why is it you get the dykes? The dykes all have that dyke spirit on them. You look at one, that's a dyke. Gosh, I don't even know if you can say that word on YouTube.
But they've got a masculine spirit on them.
Yep.
Which shows you that there's a masculine and a feminine, a man and a woman. Why is the dyke got to be... Okay, why you got two lesbian couple, they're together or whatever, right? Why is it that one's got to be the man and one's got to be the woman?
That's it.
In that relationship. Because that's the Lord had it with masculine and feminine. The Lord created man and woman, man. Okay? That's how it's meant to be, but they're trying to confuse all that, which is all part of destroying the man and you know what, also going against Yahweh Shemiel Shai.
That's it.
That's what the MO of the so-called white man, that's the MO of Esau.
Yeah.
Go against what's in these scriptures. If there's a law that says don't do this, he wants to go and do that. He wants to get people to do that.
Yeah.
Remember the scripture says the accuser of our brethren. What's he? The
same. Wanted to get into that as well. Yeah.
The same. You want to get that?
Yeah, if we can. Yeah. Because so mate, you can make a point.
Yeah, the same way that you know, he's pushing all that. He's also accusing us to the Lord, saying, "Look at what your people are doing. They're homosexuals. They're doing this act. They're doing that act, which they're them themselves. You know, they're doing the lewdest, weirdest acts because they're the devil.
Yeah,
you know. But they got the people. They got our people following after their ways, man. And it all goes like we're going into. It goes into these different Babylonian and Egyptian ancient these wicked acts. Everything you do has something that's connected to it.
Yeah.
You know, like if you grow out your beard, for example, and and then you shape it up. The Egyptians used to do that. There's a certain custom to that of the heathen that you're not meant to do. If you go and set up a Christmas tree in your house, in the worship of Christmas, now you're doing Babylonian mysticisms and all that, Nimrod and all that, man.
Nimrod and them, yeah.
Everything.
Same with Easter, Ishtar, and
So everything has a vibration. Everything has a
spirit behind.
Has a spirit behind it, man.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's it.
You can get the righteous spirit, or you can have the wicked spirit. If you ain't got this Holy Spirit, if you ain't got the Lord dealing with you, then you're open to a reprobate mind. You're open to a mind out there where you got no defense and you're just open to everything. And that's what they want.
That's it. If I can say on that, because you was mentioning that individual that which called the brother that watches.
Yeah.
He gave that account of the individual that he knew.
Yeah.
Now in a righteous world, if he knew of the Most High, he would have woke up, prayed to the Lord, and been like, Lord, Baba Kasha, take that spirit off me, whatever happened.
Well, you know what the funny thing is? I didn't mention this. Is a little detail. He actually mentioned that the guy was Christian.
Look at that.
But that shows you another example. You can be Christian in these churches, but you can be whatever you want. You can be a homo.
Life, yeah.
You can be living that life, which shows you that's not what the truth is.
That's it.
The truth ain't in the Christian churches, man.
That's it.
I had to just make that point because you reminded me.
Yeah, can't. But it's if that happened, that's a pray to the Lord. You tell your father, this happened. Dad would be like, what? Blind go. But what? Because he didn't know the defense mechanism. He didn't understand what it is that he was dealing with. Right, the fact that he was dealing with demons and spirits. He didn't know. He didn't have a defense against it. So then when them demons jumped on him, guess what? He entertained them.
The accuser of the brethren?
Yeah, and then unless you're holding something else, then we'll finish Romans 1 and we can...
All right, cool. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power, Yahweh Shemiel Shai, day and night. And that's talking about Esau. That's what these elites do. They're constantly accusing us, man, to the Heavenly Father. Look what your people are doing. Look what they're,
Can you look up one? If you look up slander, brothers, mother, son? Slander, mother, and son.
All right.
I'm trying to remember what that is.
This is Psalm chapter 50, verse 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
Can.
Let me see. Let me go into the context of it. But unto the wicked, Yahweh Shemashai saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit.
Mm-hmm.
Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son. Yep.
That's it. And hey, this, friends, when you was reading that, I remember this is proof of who the real Israelites are. Because, oh shit, is that because I'm running out of battery? Yeah, about running out of space, maybe. It's gone red, innit?
Does that mean it's about to run out?
I think so. But we'll close up, yeah.
Yeah. Now go on, you make a point.
Oh, yeah, thou slanderest, because it shows just how the, because that was quite a poetic way of putting it,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying, brother, like, but just goes to show you,
Yeah. All right, back in Romans 1, verse 29, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of the Most High, Yahweh Shai, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
Right, that's it. So you have these people, they know the judgment. That's why they'll make jokes about it. Oh, I can't be religious because none of these religions will accept me. Why? Because what you're doing is a wicked thing, right? But then not only that, you then have these individuals that will say that, oh, I'm not, I don't live that lifestyle, but I don't have any issue with people that do. No, you're leaving that door open for them demons to jump on you, man.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have a problem with it, and then one day that temptation comes, guess what? You're gonna get taken by that temptation, man. That is a wicked, vile thing, and it's unacceptable, man. Right? And the Lord ain't down. For instance, these women, man, these women are the main enablers of that lifestyle. Because like I said, it weren't two fish with, two heterosexual men. It was two fish with two women, man. Right? And the way the one chick was all hugging up on it.
Yeah, they got that thing, the gay best friend.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
So, Lord's word, that was edifying. Go and close and give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Right, double honor to the Apostle of Great Millstone. Honor to brothers in the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.